Bruno Fernandes will not leave Manchester United, confirms Ruben Amorim. Manchester United fans can put transfer speculation to rest as Bruno Fernandes is set to stay at Old Trafford beyond the summer. Rumors linking the Portuguese midfielder with a move to Real Madrid have been completely dismissed by Sporting CP manager Ruben Amorim, who made a strong statement about Fernandes' future during a recent press conference. Amorim, who has been widely tipped as a future Manchester United manager, spoke with certainty about Fernandes' commitment to the club. "Bruno is the kind of player that we want, and he's not going anywhere because I already told him so," Amorim stated firmly. His words make it clear that there is no chance of the United captain leaving, despite interest from top European clubs. No Real Madrid move for Bruno. Recent reports suggested that Real Madrid had been keeping a close eye on Fernandes, considering him as a potential reinforcement for their midfield. With the Spanish giants always on the lookout for world-class talent, Fernandes' consistent performances in the Premier League made him an attractive option. However, Amorim's latest comments have shut down any possibility of a move. The Portuguese coach reiterated that United must retain their top players if they want to compete at the highest level. "We want to win the Premier League one day, and so our best players must stay. And Bruno is one of them," Amorim emphasized. This statement aligns with Manchester United's long-term vision of returning to the summit of English football, a journey in which Fernandes remains a key figure. Fernandes' influence at United. Since arriving from Sporting CP in January 2020, Fernandes has been an indispensable part of the squad. His ability to dictate play, score goals, and create chances has made him one of the most influential midfielders in the world. More importantly, his leadership qualities have been crucial in guiding the team through difficult times. This season, despite United's struggles, Fernandes has remained one of their most consistent performers. His passion, work ethic, and technical brilliance have made him a fan favorite at Old Trafford. As club captain, he continues to inspire his teammates and set high standards on and off the pitch. Manchester United's ambitions. Amorim's words reflect a broader vision for Manchester United. The club has been in a rebuilding phase, and while they have faced setbacks, there is a clear intention to restore their status as Premier League contenders. Retaining key players like Fernandes is essential to achieving that goal. With the summer transfer window approaching, United are expected to make significant moves in the market, but losing their best players is not an option. Fernandes' presence in the squad ensures stability and quality, something the team needs to mount a serious challenge for silverware in the coming seasons. A strong message to rivals. Amorim's firm declaration sends a clear message to both Real Madrid and any other club eyeing Fernandes. He is not for sale. His commitment to United's project is unwavering, and with the right reinforcements, he could be instrumental in leading the team back to success. For now, United fans can rest easy, knowing that their talismanic captain is staying put. The road to Premier League glory may still be long, but with players like Fernandes in the squad, the Red Devils remain hopeful of reclaiming their place at the top. 9 players could miss Nottingham Forest versus Manchester United as Ruben Amorim handed boost. Manchester United are set to welcome back 2 players when they take on Nottingham Forest, while Nuno Espirito Santo's side could be without 2 major stars for the fixture. Manchester United's injury crisis is easing ahead of their Premier League clash with Nottingham Forest on Tuesday. Luke Shaw, Harry Maguire, and Lenny Yoro all returned to training last week, and Ruben Amorim has confirmed that Shaw is the only one not ready to play yet. Backup goalkeepers Altay Bayendir and Tom Heaton also trained after recovering from knocks. Patrick Dorgu is also in contention to return to the starting lineup, having served a suspension after being sent off in the 3-2 win over Ipswich last month. However, Lisandro Martinez, Kobbie Mainoo, Ahmad, Aiden Heaven, and Johnny Evans will all miss the fixture through injury. Amorim did state that Mainoo should be back in action soon, while Heaven will be able to return before the end of the season. It was not so serious, Amorim said when asked about the teenage defender in his pre-match press conference. He is recovering, not ready to play, but he will return this season for sure. Luke is not ready yet. We are starting doing some drills with the team, but we are getting Luke. Mason Mount is feeling better. He was already on the bench in the last game. I think Kabi is almost returning also, but not ready for this game. Johnny Evans is recovering. Aiden is recovering. Who else? Licha is out, you know. I think that's it. Maguire is also ready to go to the game. Yoro? Yes. Forest, meanwhile, could be missing two key players when they host United at the City Ground. Star striker Chris Wood, who is the league's fourth top scorer with 18 goals, picked up a hip injury while on international duty with New Zealand and missed Forest's FA Cup quarter-final clash with Brighton. Let's wait and see, Espirito Santo said when asked about Wood's fitness. It is going to be day by day. We have to assess him. It is all about the pain he has. It was a big impact on his hip, and it is very painful. We have to assess him. Morgan Gibbs-White is also a doubt after he was forced off during the Brighton game after a collision with a post. We are going to assess him, Espirito Santo added. He had a big contact against the post. His leg was not okay and he was struggling. Backup goalkeeper Carlos Miguel remains sidelined with a hamstring injury he picked up in Forest's FA Cup fourth-round win over Exeter in February. Forest have enjoyed an outstanding campaign so far and currently sit third in the league. They are also set to face Manchester City in the semi-finals of the FA Cup and are hoping to win that competition for the first time since 1959. However, United have endured a lackluster campaign and are 13th in the league. They could still rescue their season by winning the Europa League, which would see them qualify for next season's Champions League. Manchester United co-owners reach settlement in New Zealand. Rugby dispute. New Zealand Rugby took action against Sir Jim Ratcliffe's INEOS after accusing the chemicals firm of failing to pay the first 2025 installment of a 6-year deal. Manchester United co-owner INEOS and New Zealand Rugby have announced a settlement has been reached in their sponsorship contract dispute. It comes after NZR, responsible for the All Blacks team, launched legal action in February. They took action against Sir Jim Ratcliffe's INEOS after accusing the chemicals firm of failing to pay the first 2025 installment of a 6-year deal. INEOS at the time said it had looked to adjust its sponsorship, with it having to implement cost-saving measures due to the impact of high energy costs and extreme carbon taxes on its European businesses. A joint statement from the organizations late on Monday read, New Zealand Rugby and INEOS can confirm that a settlement has been reached between the two parties. Whilst the details remain confidential, both organizations are satisfied with the outcome and acknowledge a desire to now move forward. NZR's statement in February read, New Zealand Rugby is disappointed that INEOS has breached its sponsorship agreement. Most recently, it failed to pay the first installment of the 2025 sponsorship, confirming its decision to exit our 6-year agreement. Having learned of INEOS's decision to walk away 3 years early, we have moved to protect the interests of New Zealand Rugby and the wider game. We have been left with no option but to launch legal proceedings to protect our commercial position. INEOS's subsequent statement read, Trading conditions for our European businesses have been severely impacted by high energy costs and extreme carbon taxes, along with much of the chemicals industry in Europe, which is struggling or shutting down. We are witnessing the deindustrialization of Europe.